get angry or just got scared?
Well, I remember he coming running back to my room because he was like, because he was staying at Lebanon as well, and I stayed at Lebanon, so he was in a different room. And then she came over and he came running out in my room and he's like, close the door, close the door.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened? It's a fucking lady boy. I was like, oh. I saw it coming. I knew it. I just didn't tell him. I wanted him to learn a lesson because he's a sleaze. So yeah, they need to learn the lesson. Sometimes.
Maybe the ladyboy's behavior was feminine because sometimes they're direct.
They're very direct. That's what he told me. She went out of her way to give him a number. You know, meet up.
Yeah.
You know, even buy a couple of treats here and there.
So he wasn't kind of surprised by that because most girls.
He thought because he thought Bangkok's so accepting. The people here are so accepting, so he thought it's normal.
Yeah.
So he just went
glad.
with it. Yeah, so completely lashed back at him. It's pretty funny, yeah.
But you never had experiences?
Never personally.
Do you use other websites like Blender or OkCupid or POF?
I've heard of them. Nah, not so much. No. I've used one, just once. OkCupid.
Did you prefer it to Tinder?
It just didn't. It faded out. I was more on Tinder than this one. Yeah.
It doesn't have the visual element.
Probably, yeah. I used it only once. That too when I was in the toilet. I was just nothing to do, and my friends like, I'm on OkCupid because it's more used in the States than here.
Yeah.
Tinder's more frequently used here and around. I think.
Yeah, it's spread quicker. What are the cultural differences of the psychology of seduction on Tinder? Did you use it in other countries like India?
Oh yeah, I've met more nationalities on Tinder than I have traveling actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising.
In
Bangkok itself. Over the top of my head, I've probably met 11 different nationalities.
Do you think it does sound generalizing, but do they all react differently according to their cultural mentality? Like, could you kind of make stereotypes around?
Yeah, some of them, they had a very different perspective about Indians. Though I'm a bit of both. I've been, globalized in a way, but it's still that since you look Indian, so they tend to presume you're from India.
Yeah.
So they have a very stereotype me in a way where they be like, oh, you're from the land of snake charmers, and I was like,
Charmers.
like, are you snake charmers? And I was like,
the Punjabi and
I'm actually Punjabi, but it didn't make a difference when they told. It made a difference when they told me, oh, do you ride elephants in your backyard?
Yeah.
And I was like, are you that fucking retarded? You know, like, makes no sense.
It's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Where were they from?
America.
Would you say, you said Canadians were quite direct, would you say like each nation had their way of responding?
Yeah, they do. They do.
How would you describe the 11 nationalities?
Well, it's different when it comes to like Europeans. They're more subtle. They would want the other person to interact more than they usually do. I think it's supremacy or something, but that's what they do. But then Asians are very open. Asians go out of the way.
You mean Thai or?
Chinese talk as well. Singaporeans love talking. They love expressing themselves. A lot of Australians as well. New Zealand not so much. Americans are very expressive. Americans love to travel, love to socialize, meet over a couple of beers. There have been a couple of people from like UAE, you could say.
Where?
UAE, United Arab Emirates. Yeah, like Dubai.
I thought they're quite conservative.
They've been very quiet. They're very conservative. And even though they're on Tinder.
I'm surprised that they even use it.
Yeah, even I'm surprised. Yeah, but there was one from Morocco as well that I met. She's very conservative. Very conservative.
Did she think she was gonna get married on Tinder?
No, she joined Tinder. She told me because, again, another friend. I think friends have been recommending. I don't know who this friend is, but he recommends everyone. But yeah, she said her friend recommended it. She just wanted to meet people because she's been traveling. So she said rather than feeling alone, at places that she doesn't know, just Tinder can help her settle in. So when she came to Bangkok, she met me and a couple of other guys, and then she felt like home, apparently.
Just guys, because you can make it open to both.
Yeah.
Just like not even if you're lesbian, you just like
No.
make fun. What about Indian girls? Did you meet any?
Yeah, quite a few actually. Quite a few.
What they like?
I had a lot of coincidences where I bumped into someone who had mutual friends with me from back home, and it's been very awkward, you know. So yeah, I've met Thai Indians, I've met Indian Indians, I've met British Indians.
What were they like? Kind of more liberal or?
Indian Indians are more fucked up, I would say, in their head because they have high expectations, they have high demands, and they want to have something very serious. They want to settle in and get into a relationship and stuff like that. Whereas on the other hand, when your bio says you're not looking for anything serious, you're just looking to make friends, and it's not headed that way. But Indian women don't think so. I think otherwise.
British Indians.
British Indians are very open. They're very open because when I study at Portsmouth, there as well, they're very accepting of like Indian Indians because they're away from India, so they want to know the culture more. They want to know how the food is, how everything is. So the people I met over Tinder here, the British Indians, they've been very nice. They've been very, I would say, intrigued by like an Indian from back in India because they don't get to travel that often to India, and the only thing that they've been, it's very different. The society in India is very different to the society in the UK. We build our traditions over societies we've been brought up with, so it's very strange. They're more open. In India, not so much. Now India has become more progressive, so it's a bit of both. It's very hard for me personally, where I need to know how much I can open up to someone as well. British Indians, you can open up to them. Indian Indians, not so much. Thai Indians, not at all. Not at all. Thai background, so they're Indians, but they have Thai traditions. So they're very conservative, very narrow-minded. They won't even open up a conversation. As a matter of fact, they're very. They're not liberal. They're not broad-minded because they've been brought up in that very same family for the past 25 years. They've been doing what their family's been telling them to do. They've been taught what their family's teaching them. So I don't think they're going places as such. But then, that's life. You get to see all phases of it.
Are there many Indians who were born here and have lived here for generation?
Yeah, there are a lot of Indians here.
So they came for business or?
It depends. There are a lot of Indian Indians, a lot of Thai Indians that are here. There are a lot of Indians that are born here and have dual citizenship, but they're born to Indian parents from India. So it's a bit of everything, I think.
Possibly for economic growth, right?
Yeah, parents come down for like business purposes and they get to grow up here.
Have you tried Tinder in India or other countries?
Yeah.
And England as well?
Yeah, in India.
What was the difference?
It's more fucked up in India.
There
Yeah, there's a lot that they write. Just for experiment purposes, when I flew back to India for my brother's wedding, I traveled a lot of cities. So I wanted to see what it's like, different from Bombay, because I'm from Bombay. So I wanted to see what Jaipur is like, what's Delhi like. From an Indian perspective, well, they love to write about themselves. So we're very expressive people. We love to write. We love to, if someone asks you a question, like if you ask an Indian a question, tell me about yourself, they'll open up. That's who we are. So that's what they do on Tinder. They open up. And the thing with me is, back home, like I had a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. So it's very awkward because when you meet someone, I'll have 25 mutual connections. So it's awkward. I bumped into someone who had 300 mutual common connections. And I don't know, should I, swipe right or should I swipe left? Because she's going to see my profile eventually, and then she might tell someone, and then someone might tell someone, and then someone's going to come to me and be like, you're on Tinder, So Tinder is actually, it's more open now than it used to be, because people really thought Tinder is like, it's not a good website, it's not a good application to use. It's a very awkward application. There's a lot of people trying to hook up. You meet women had this stereotype. They stereotype men as sleazers, you know, because Tinder is used only for hookups, so you can't find friends. Why be on Tinder? Men stereotype women that are on Tinder as sluts. So, you know, if you want to hook up, you get to see girls. So that was there earlier, now it's changed. And I used it in a couple of cities, and I bumped into a couple of people that I met. No connections, I just met them like on Tinder. I said, hey, how's it going? Long ass paragraph popped up from nowhere, saying, yeah, I'm into this kind of a guy. If you can treat me like this, I'll accept it. Yeah, it's a long ass paragraph. And then she goes on to talking about zodiac signs, and you know, like, I like Leos, I like Capricorns, I can't get along with Scorpios. And I just said, hey, how's it going? You know, and this long ass paragraph pops up. I'm not gonna waste your time. I just want to let you know that if you're serious about me, we can take things further.
Did you meet with them?
No, not at all, not at all. That just, completely put me off. I mean, think about it. If you're saying, hey, how's it going? And you get a paragraph long, fucking her life, and then bullshit, and then zodiac signs, compatible zodiac signs that she's compatible with, it's gonna put you off. It shows what goes on inside her head.
It's not really mystery anymore. Because, I mean, I know it's a bit conservative, but there's this kind of expectation for women to be mysterious if you give everything away. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's good that way. I mean, it only plays out for the both of the people, because when you're getting to know one another, it's life in general is a mystery. When you meet people, you don't want to know everything right away, because then there's no point. Then tomorrow, day after, you're gonna get bored of the person. You know, it's something that needs to grow over time. That's why you need to know people over time. But with Tinder back home, flat out, straight up, they'll tell you what they want, they'll tell you how they feel, they tell you what kind of guy they're looking for, and they won't waste your time. So that kind of put me off in a bit, though she was hot. But then it just shows what goes on in here. So I was like, okay, not so much.
Was it the same for every city you visited, or were there slight differences? Because Mumbai is like more for Bollywood, right? It's like entertainment. It's more liberal.
It's very strange to say. It's because Bombay is a place where you don't have too many good-looking girls, but you got smart people. It's a lot of intellectual conversations. Delhi, on the other hand, you have shit ton of good-looking people, but no brains.
What about
Bangalore is a bit of both. Bangalore is like the city people want to go to. It's got good-looking women who can actually have a nice intellectual conversation with. I actually met someone on Tinder itself. I didn't meet them in person, but there are a lot of people in India that use this word. It's from the Urban Dictionary. It's called sapiosexual. It's sexually attracted to intellectual conversations. I didn't know that. Everyone started writing sapiosexuals, and I was like, what is this? So I looked it up, and it says that, and I was like, how do you even come up with a word like this? You know, a lot of women have them in their description. So if I go back to India and I open Tinder, every fucking profile now will have that word, sapiosexual, carpe diem, c'est la vie, carpe diem.
That sounds like you do want to get laid if you do carpe diem.
For me, that's just...
Have you tried it in Goa? Because I was there recently, but I didn't try because everything was so far away and I couldn't be bothered to try.
Well, I've not traveled to Goa in a while, so I don't know what Tinder is like in Goa.
Kerala. Okay, so do you have a physical, psychological type you're attracted by? Or physical and psychological?
Well, it's more like it grows over time, I think. Because see, obviously Tinder you can't swipe right to a person saying, oh, I like your personality. You know, it never works that way. It's always attraction.
A physical type, like, some guys like blonde girls, for instance, brunettes or skinny.
Well, like a specific genre.